In this video, we're just going to practice moving our functions, either by translations or reflections. So you'll notice that I have an equation here. F of x is 3x plus 2. If I graph that, I go to a 2 here, I put a dot. I go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. You'll notice it's a pretty steep slope. All right, let's just draw that roughly. We're not going to be exact here. All right. So what if I would say to you, I would like to move this line. So now I want to say g of x is going to equal this whole thing. Now what is this whole thing called? It's called f of x. All right, so g of x is going to be, f of x. But now I want to go plus 2. So if I want to move this whole equation up 2, what do? I'm going to move this a little bit. All I do is go 1, 2, I move it up 2 here, and I regraph it, and it will be up like this. Right? What if I had wanted to say minus 2? What if I had said g of x equals the whole thing, which is called f of x, the whole thing, but now I want to go minus 3. Well, I would start here, and I would go down 3. 1, 2, 3, so it'd be right there. And there's my same line. I would regraph it, but it would just move. The whole thing is down 3. But I would have had to start on this one. Here I started here, and I went up 2, now I'm starting, and I take this whole thing down 3. Okay? By the way, if I went down 3, what is the new equation called? It's called 3x minus 1. Do you see that? Because negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So the new g of x would have been 3x minus 1. All right, what if I wanted to, now let me quickly erase this. I'll leave the g of x, or the f of x. What if I had wanted to move my equation in a different way? What if I had wanted to take this equation and I'll call it h of x. It doesn't really matter. Let's say h of x. But instead of saying f of x, which is this, right, f of x, I want to change the whole thing. I want to move this now so that I'm moving it left. Well, then I would have to say this. I would have to say f of x, and if I want to move it left, I have to say plus 3. F of x plus 3. All right, so here was my initial equation. It was right here. Let's just say it was right here. I'm not going to do this too good. So h of x plus 3. Now I'm going to go over here because I started here. So I'll go over 1, 2, 3, and I'll go up still. But now here's my new equation.